Welcome to Paradise Estates Realty,
The Dream Team.
We're coming back to you today, just as we planned, to talk to you about a purchase agreement. Now, this information is good for buyers, for sellers, and for agents. So we're just going to share some of our experience since we've been in the business for 30 years. We can share a little bit of what we know.
Huh?
We'll get right into it. Well, the first thing in a purchase contract that you'll see, if there's a sign in the yard, that means that is a property that's listed, and people see that sign in the yard, and they may call that agent.
Right. But think about it. That agent represent that seller. So really, you can call any agent to get you into that property.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, that listing agent can only disclose so much to you because their loyalty and fidelity has to be to the seller, because that's their client. Okay, so you'll see on a contract, you'll see a listing agent and you'll see a selling broker. Now, the next thing is the date. Next, there's the buyer.
And then when it comes to the buyer, basically the person is buying the property, make sure that that name is right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're going to check everything based upon the person's name that's right there. If that changes, there needs to be an addendum to this purchase contract or an amendment to it, stating that that person that's purchasing this property, that name is changed. Get the legal to make sure what you're buying.
And then we move to the property itself. You want the legal description of that property. There have been cases where a person would put fake owners, or they really don't own that property. So how can you sell something that you really don't own? Mm-hmm. That is crucial.
Yeah, that person has thought they were buying a property from the owner. However, the person they gave their money to was not the one that owned that property. Yeah, that's pretty sad. You know, so some have lost quite a bit of money in that way. So make sure that the person is selling you that property, they have the right to do so. You don't want to happen to you what happened to Miss Charlene. Listen.
You done messed me up to death this business! I done called the police because I'm doing a refund! A refund is due unto me!
Yep, you'll be salty. So now that brings us down to the price. Well, really, he's the negotiator. He's really good at that.
Well, when it comes to the price, first of all, every price is negotiable. Consider if this person owes, let's say, $1 million, you have to consider the liens on that. So even though things are negotiable, he's going to consider all of that before he accepts your offer. And now that takes us to our earnest money. Even though that's not mandatory, if it's agreed upon by both parties, you don't have to have earnest money. But think about it. When a person put money down on something, they're more likely to follow through. So you really will want to have earnest money on the contract.
Exactly. See, that's like having a marriage contract between us. We have that contract. I'm not walking away.
Not either.
So we're going to make this work out. And that's pretty much what earnest money can do. It can make you look at that and say, I don't want to lose my money, on this. It makes a buyer say, I don't want to lose my money. So they're not going to walk away as quickly when they have earnest money on the table. So as a seller, it's still at your discretion, and terms, would dictate whether or not you want to take, earnest money, or you can forego it, so it is definitely negotiable.
And you do need to have a clause in there about disbursement of earnest money. But the goal is to try to make this work. A good negotiator is going to make this deal work. If there's a problem, there's a solution.
People always talk about how to put together a win-win deal. Well, how do you do that? The first step is you got to find out what drives the other person in business, because deal making is all about OPM, OPT, OP, whatever. It's all about other people's whatever forms of whatever they have, and putting that together.
Now let's find out what they do have.
Pre-approval, they checked out some things, and now this person is pre-approved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what you want. Their employment, has been checked. Cash to close, has been checked.
Yes.
They've checked off quite a few things. Their credit has been checked already. So they're going to, give them a pre-approval based on the things that they verify. Now, the way that a person purchases a property is going to vary. We all know that. It could be cash, it could be a new mortgage, it could be a VA, FHA. You know, I've heard some people say, oh no, I don't want it to be an FHA. Well, you know, FHA's guidelines are not as stringent as some people think. Once you get them to this point, you can take it from here. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in to us today. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes.
And remember, we're here every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. If you liked what you heard, if it's useful to you, then like us, you know, share, comment below. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. If we can help with anything, give us a call. Okay? Okay.
Talk.
Fine. I can talk. Now let's see if you can listen. Give me a double espresso and see if there's some place around here with decent sushi. I'd kill for a spicy tuna roll right about now. Get yourself a little something.